So when I was 7 years old, I got baptized, and I didn't really know the true meaning behind getting saved, asking Jesus into your heart. I just saw everybody doing it, so I was like, that looks cool, going underwater and stuff. So then after I got saved and asked Jesus into my heart, for like a week later, I felt powerful, I felt happy and stuff, because I saw everybody else being happy. So I was like, I want what they have. Then say the next Sunday, after my Sunday school teacher, he asked me, he said, how do you feel knowing that you have a changed life and that Jesus into your heart? I said, I still feel the same way, like there's nothing changed. And he said, really? And I said, yes. And then he told me that, well, maybe it's not because you know the true meaning behind it. And so that got me thinking, like, did I just do this all for show, or was it because I wanted, or because like I felt the need to do it? So anyways, I go into the youth group at that church, and it's a pretty big youth group, and I felt really connected into it. And I heard one sermon that the youth pastor was preaching on was about salvation and your relationship to God. And he said, your walk with God, and is it close? And if you died right now, do you know if you would be going to heaven or hell? And then that got me thinking again, like, I'm acting the same way as I was before I got saved, and nothing's really been changing in my life. And right now, honestly, if I died, I don't know if I would go to heaven or hell. I'd sat down with my parents, talked to them about my salvation, and they were just telling me, like, just pray about it. And anybody I talked to, they would tell me, just pray about it. I was like, when I pray, I don't feel any changes in my life. So I moved from that church and came here to Life Unlimited. I didn't really feel comfortable around it because it was a small youth group, and I was like, man, I downgraded, this is not going to do anything for me. This is not going to help my walk with God. Well, maybe a couple months later, I got really connected with the youth leader in the youth group, and it really set a big impact in my life, because I started from not really knowing God, but I got saved, and I was always doubting my salvation, like, oh, I did something wrong. But a little later, maybe like 9 months after joining this church, we were doing like a little thing in the youth group, a big circle or whatever, and we would read a piece of paper, and it would say like your relationships or your walk with God, that stuff. And mine was my relationship with God, and I would have to pray and then look up the Bible verse about it. And when it said relationship with God, that really, like, I felt a big impact. And then so I pulled Perry aside and Zach aside, and I talked with them. I was like, I got saved, but I don't feel the same way. I don't feel, really happy or whatever. And then so I talked with them for a little bit. They were telling me everything I needed to do. And then I asked, what if I asked Jesus into my heart again? And they told me Jesus never left your heart. I mean, he was always there beside you and all that. And so that's when I decided to become rededicated. And I was feeling really passionate about it. I was like, I mean, I feel happy doing this again. But the part that he really strengthened me was my relationship with my parents. I always had a close relationship with them, but it wasn't like it should be. I would always like talk bad to them and stuff like that. And this was before I got rededicated. And so I was like always frustrated at them, because as you know, I was adopted. And so I always have a hard time thinking about that. But once I got rededicated, he strengthened my relationship with them, made me become closer to them, and made me feel proud as in having me as a child. And I'm happy for that. It is important to stay in church in a youth group that's really close together and they know you by name. Getting into a small youth group, connecting with one another, knowing each other's problems. I can talk to them about my problems, and they can talk to me about their problems, and we always have each other's back. You're close with each other, and you feel connected and welcome. I would encourage teenagers to pray to God and seek deeper into His Word. Just pray to Him daily. Now I understand that works don't save you. It's your true relationship with God go deeper into His Word, and answers are there in the Bible. I mean, I had to learn that for myself. Like, I have a Bible at home just laying on my dresser. Once I started looking deeper into it, I found out the true meaning behind it. So I would just say, like, just seek into God's Word